Hello and welcome back to the Matrix Greenpill podcast. I'm your host, Hilmarie Hutchison, and today I'm honored to introduce a guest who truly embodies leadership, innovation, and transformation. Dr. Hanan Al-Mheiri is an award-winning Emirati mindset coach, keynote speaker, and founder of Hanan Empire. With over 18 years of experience in knowledge management, leadership, and organizational excellence, Dr. Hanan has been a key contributor to institutions like Dubai Police and DEWA, where her work led to global ISO certifications and over 170 recognitions throughout her career. In 2023, she launched Hanan Empire to help individuals and organizations unlock their full potential through bespoke coaching and consulting. From mindset mastery to innovation management, her impact spans industries and borders. Hanan, welcome and thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Hilmarie, for hosting me. It's really an honor to be in your show. Thank you so much.
Before we get into your incredible accomplishments, can you tell us a little bit about your background and the dream growing up?
If I would like to introduce myself as per today, I would say I am Empress Hanan, who built this Hanan Empire. But if I want to talk about my upbringing, as you mentioned, I did not have a clear, let's say, path. For me, I did my bachelor's in applied media communications, where I then specialized in film directing. I was into documentaries. I still am. I love documentaries because I feel I can bring a message through to the community in an interesting way. After that, within my education, I decided to take master's in strategic human resources management because I was looking for something. What is one thing that any organization cannot function without? I came to know it's the HR because it's like the skeleton of each organization. And then as I joined my first, employer, Dubai Police in 2007, by the way, I got an offer from the general commander at that time while I was in internship in the media after directing two documentaries, but I was not employed in the media section at that time. I got another offer to go join the knowledge management. So I said, okay, when I did my PhD, started my PhD, I said, okay, I love the domain. I liked it. Why don't I go and experiment more in my PhD in that area? So everything, like I feel like now having my business, every education that I had, every experience that I had built into the person I am today. It was not very intentional at the beginning. And this is what is great about it, because for me, I have been, let's say, certified international trainer for the last more than 18 years. But when I explored the art of coaching, it is something different. I still do trainings, but coaching is a whole different experience. You can change people's life and show them the opportunities. You know, it's not that they don't know it or they are not aware about it, but they have been programmed to think certain ways. Like I will go get education, go and get salary, and that's it. Their life becomes on autopilot.
So you started first off in communications and as you say, focusing on documentaries and film. Then you veered off and you changed direction into the human resources management side of things. What was it about coaching, though? What got you into coaching?
I went through traumatic events in my life, where the loss of my mom in 2018, it was, for me at least, it was very, actually for us all, it was sudden because she was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. My mom is very strong, and we all thought that we will all die and she still be alive, you know. And this is one of the things maybe that made me take things for granted, unfortunately. When my mom died, for example, I was doing my PhD. It took me almost 12 years to finish my PhD. So I was delaying every moment of celebration, everything. Like I was saying, okay, I will take out my mom for a dinner after I graduate. I will do this with her after I graduate, or I will do this activity with her because my mom was also obese. So I will go for her with a walk after I graduate. So when I lost my mom like that in a very sudden way, it was like a wake up call for me. And then after in 2023, I also was divorced from my former husband, which also lasted for 12 years. And you may also know that when someone is getting married, they don't have intention to get divorced. So both of those traumatic events happened to me. So I went for healing. I did not like where I am at. I didn't like those feelings that I am feeling, but I wanted to get healing. I was ready to confront those feelings. I was ready to stand in front of my fear, to feel all the feelings, and it's not easy, believe me. So there were a lot of crying, there were a lot of reflections, there were a lot of intentions, there were a lot of things that I have written in order to change my life for the better, because I had two options: either to stay and remain the same in the victim mentality, do nothing about my life, and just keep complaining about how my life is miserable, or to take an action and really create the life that really suits Hanan, you know? So I'm so grateful because for all the coaches that coached me during that time when I was down, all of them, they have contributed to the person I am today. So I wanted to deliver some similar experience to the people. This is one. Also, having the aspect of the business as a business like a Hanan Empire that coming, there is an income, there is where I can step into on my feet without help of let's say other sources. I got this let's say power or this inspiration from my dad, because he saw me day by day how I give to my work and the government. He saw my commitment, how I go early, sometimes I come late, or how I worked in projects. And one time he came to me, he told me, Hanan, if you open your own business and you put the same energy on that business, you will become a billionaire.
I want to ask you this, actually, before we get too deep into this one. First, I want to go back to what you were talking about and say, first of all, wow, you've had quite a lot of difficult experiences that you've gone through, as you mentioned. I'm really sorry about the loss of your mom, and I can imagine, I actually can't imagine how awful and how difficult that must have been to go through. And then also, as you say, a divorce that wasn't easy. So through your own experiences, you found that in order to heal, you needed coaches, you needed people to help you along the way, to face your journey and to go along with you on your journey. And that was a big impact on your life. Then in 2023, you launched Hanan Empire. Can you talk about the inspiration? What inspired you to take this leap and create your own coaching and consulting platform?
Both my mom and my dad inspired me, to be honest, because I got divorced in April 2022. I think I mentioned the year wrong before. And then I opened my business in May 2022. So I got divorced in April 2022. And I opened my business the next month. So for me, as what is the core of Hanan Empire, I wanted to help people, I wanted to serve people, and I wanted to mimic a similar experience for them to know that they are control of their own life. Okay, and let's take accountability, guys. Okay, maybe people mistreated and not always fortunate about circumstances, things that you did not have any control over. Let's do that. And from a business perspective, to put the structure and think about expanding my business, it was I borrowed, let's say, my dad belief in me that to become a billionaire one day, like to have my own business. What is the nature of what I am doing as a coach? I think I was inspired from what I went through healing. And when I went to my healer, because my main concern is to heal this attachment between me and my former spouse, but she told me something. She told me, Hanan, I cannot heal you from this connection before I heal you from the pain from your mom. Because for me, I didn't want to let go from my mom. And she was telling me in some of the sessions, you need to let her go. And I was holding into the pain just to let her to be with me, which was really like I was telling her, how do you want me to let my mom go? How? So sometimes we experience those feelings and emotions. We need guidance, how to steer those feelings. You want somebody who went through the same experience or have studied how to heal people, or people who studied how to help you go to the next level. And this is all what my coaches have done to me. Like all of them showed me how to skip levels instead of wasting years and years and do it in a shorter amount of time.
It makes absolute sense. Yeah, instead of trying to deal with all the issues at one time or not knowing how, in what order to deal with them, by having somebody with experience, especially somebody, as you said, that's gone through similar things, they can help you say, okay, this is the thing to focus on first. Let's unravel this thing before we try and unravel the next thing, because you can't deal with all those issues and all those emotions at the same time. So having somebody to guide you helps you during that process, because when you're in the middle of it yourself, it's very hard to see the direction to go. But somebody looking from the outside is then able to guide you in how to unravel your emotions.
What I notice in people, like even this step, it's hard for them to come, and they say, okay, if I do a lot of achievements, if I do a lot of things on the external, these feelings will go, but they will never go. They will never go. You know, based on my research, like a lot of people who have a lot of achievements, like almost 80% based on some studies, no matter how many achievements you do, if you didn't resolve what is embedded inside of you, this will keep resurfacing, resurfacing, resurfacing. Even if you become 100 years old, if you did not heal, it will keep coming.
Yes, you absolutely have to deal with the core issues that's going on. Otherwise, that you're never going to get past that point, if I'm understanding you correctly.
Exactly.
Now, mindset coaching is a central part of the work that you do. What does mindset transformation really mean, and why is it so powerful?
Usually, I think there was some studies that also have investigated. Actually, he was, I think, in psychology, where he did a study where we are using less than 10% of our mind as humans. And imagine if we are using it to 90% or 80%. So mindset coaching is very essential because it shows you your powers. It makes you get introduced to your powers, like what I am powerful in and how I can utilize this to my advantage. Also, mindset is amazing because it shows you the possibilities, it shows you the different perspectives. Sometimes imagine if you are in a workplace, if you are a normal person, yani, who is not exposed to any kind of mindset coaching, of your coworkers, maybe you will say, "Oh, they are envying me. They are not treating me in a proper way." Blah blah blah. But when you study mindset, you will always try to position things or the situations from a positive approach. And believe me, when you think about something, if you feel that this person hates you, then they hate you because this is what you planted in their mind as well and in your mind. So you are acting based on this hatred. But if you are coming positively, I am coming in this collaborative workspace. My managers have my good. They want only the best outcome for me. My environment is want the best for me. Then you will see all situations is going to be around that.
So it's our own belief that actually comes through. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. What you believe is the fact or is the truth. You make that happen because you believe that.
Because your brain will keep give you evidence of what you believe in. So for example, if you have siblings and you keep saying, my siblings hates me, my siblings hates me, I am the whatever. Okay, then you are creating this reality for you because all the actions you're gonna take, it will make them hate you. So you will be creating it unintentionally, of course. You don't have the intention. But when you study those materials, then you say, oh my God, I was the creator of all of these events, the bad events and the good events in my life. So then you get your power back by saying, okay, now, thank God, I knew that I was the result of that reality that I created in the past. Now I want to do a new reality. So you start that by scripting your new envisioned reality that you want. You can script a scene, you can script your whole life, you can script all whatever you want to desire and everything. And again, how much you believe in it, It's not just about scripting and doing a homework. No, you have to embody this and you have to believe it. The moment you believe it, then it will become a reality.
That also makes sense. If the negative thoughts or the thought that was negative can become a reality through your actions, then when you've got positive thoughts, then again, they can become a reality through your intentions. Through your actions. And I like that you also said that sometimes the actions we take on the negative side could be unintentional. We're not meaning to create that self-fulfilling prophecy, but unintentionally we are making it come true through our actions. So that is really, really interesting. Was there anything else that we wanted to mention on the mindset coaching? Or have we covered enough of that?
Mindset coaching is powerful. It can change. See, I mentioned maybe briefly before the training and coaching. Training is great when you want to learn about a specific skill, like let's say public speaking, leadership skills, or anything within specific set of skills. But mindset coaching, it can change and it will change your entire reality if you put your time into it and if you are taking constant action with intentions that are aligned with your goals and objectives, the new goals and objectives that you set for yourself.
Now, there is a difference between training and coaching as well. You work across a wide range of areas: leadership, innovation, knowledge sharing, and award preparation. How do you tailor your approach when coaching individuals versus organizations?
Okay, so individuals, it depends when we have like a strategy call, of course, before we start, and I see if we are good fit to work together, if I have the right skills that they are looking for. Let's say I will explore their schedule. If they will telling me that I cannot do that, they don't commit to the work that because I don't have a magic wand, you know. So they are accountable for the results that they will get during the coaching for me because they will be doing the work. I am going to guide them to do the work. I will review their work and everything. So it depends. So if they are C-level executives or my client in general from women, I would create a plan in order to cover their pain points. So we would schedule maybe weekly sessions, depending on the need of that person or individual. But if I am delivering a training, let's say for our organization, we agree about the duration again. Some organizations, they have also some restrictions. They will tell me their restrictions, what we would love for our employees to learn, what, it aligns with my values, then it's okay. If it doesn't align, I would apologize and move on. But it depends, what I can offer. So for organizations, usually they are big groups, but I don't prefer, like if involves mindset coaching and exercises, I usually don't recommend more than 20% in a batch. So this is how I do it usually.
Very interesting. You've trained over 2,000 people and delivered 4,000 hours of sessions. What's one standout moment where you've witnessed a significant transformation in someone you coached or mentored?
One of the remarkable achievements I have is when I decided to do a free program. It was 6-week program for the public, and we wanted to select 3 winners, but accidentally my team selected 20. So the winners would get one-on-one coaching with me. So it was really hard, but I just wanted the community to get to know, because there is a lot of concern why coaching is expensive, blah, 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 blah. But they don't know that the cost that they are paying their life, which is much more costly, okay, if they stay the same. So I decided to do like 6-week program where I had, so during that week, or let's say 6 weeks, I had a lot of transformations. And also I have one of the private clients. She's a grandmother who approached me. She have helped her daughters and sons. She was a good wife to her husband, everything. But she told me, now I feel empty. Like I don't know what's my purpose, because sometimes we center things among others and we forget about ourselves. So I am proud of this person because she was able to do her own business from home, and she had a lot of profits. And more than that, more than the profit side, she started organizing her life. She started prioritizing herself, and she's living a life that really she enjoys, because before she was only working, or let's say doing things for others.
You helped her to, with her mindset, to focus on and start doing things for what she wanted, because she didn't have to only be in service of others all the time. I love that. And I love that you offered this free course to the public to help people without any benefit to yourself, because you just want to help people and get the message out there so that people understand the value that coaching can have in their lives. Do you work with just individuals, or do you work with couples who also are having difficulty in their relationships? Do you provide coaching for couples, or is that sort of outside of your scope?
Right now, I started giving advice, or let's say coaching on relationships, but I never had both of the couples come to me in the same time. It's either the lady or the man who comes to me, and it's actually one of the topics that's of my interest, and I am actually doing a documentary about it. Because based on the divorce rate worldwide is 40%. This could be due to many reasons, but if you think about it just logically, the age of marriage, when people go and get married, they are usually young, okay? So they are, whether you are Western or Middle Eastern or whatever, or from the East or the West or whatever, still there is the same norms that we need to, we have to get married at a younger age because we need to get kids and blah, 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 blah. When we get married, usually we are not that mature. We don't even know ourselves. So how can we know our partner? So through this documentary, also I want to show the ladies and the guys that you still have time. No need to rush everything, rushing everything. Get to know yourself. Get to know yourself first. Know what to ask. Like, for example, even if there is a period of engagement, okay, all the engagement is talk that is unnecessary, but we are not asking the right questions from our potential partners. For example, one potential question could be, how are we going to resolve conflicts when it happens? Okay. Do you agree with this, or are you happy with it? Because, for example, let's say if I got married and my husband leave the home, maybe it's not acceptable for Hanan, but maybe it is acceptable for Meta or for Amira. So the couple, they need to come together to agree what kind of strategies we are going to follow if this misunderstanding happened. So yeah, I think relationships are very important. Also, they have to agree about the red lines in every relationship. Like, what are my red lines? What if this happened, then I can tell you goodbye and this is a divorce? What are the one incident that maybe I can forgive you if it happened only once, but I would not allow it 2 times? So yeah, I think relationships are very, very important. I do get couples, but only one person from the couple.
One time. So that sort of keeps them focused on the issues at hand. Maybe sometimes when couples are together, there's also the risk they get sidetracked into the way they normally talk. But I love that you say it's not the length of an engagement or the length that we know somebody before we get married, but we are asking the wrong questions. I love that. So it's about asking the right questions and really understanding each other's, as you say, red flags and each other's limits, what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. And when we're very young, sometimes we don't know what our own limits are and what we're looking for. Sometimes with coaching, we can help to clarify that before there is the need for divorce. Maybe we can both talk it out and get back on the same page without needing to take that drastic step. It's very exciting. Congratulations on working on the documentary. That sounds fantastic. Do you have a timeline for when it will be done and when it will be released?
Not yet. I cannot give you a date right now because I'm working on my podcast as well, but hopefully by this year.
Super exciting. What advice would you give to young women who want to create their own path, as you have, as leaders or as entrepreneurs?
Be honest with yourself, stand up, write all your fears in a piece of paper, what I am scared of, and then be courageous to go and stand up for this. Even if you want to become, like, you have the right to become whoever you want, and you can become it only if you have consistent actions toward it. And you don't need to share your vision with everybody. It's actually not advisable, because sometimes I will go and share my vision with someone like I want to become an entrepreneur and I want to share it with non-entrepreneur, of course they are going to share with me their limiting beliefs, and limiting belief is dangerous. So limiting beliefs are thoughts, beliefs, and ideas that we are inheriting them from, let's say, could be from our parents, siblings, community, people who we studied with. So they are going to impose our limiting beliefs on us. And if we accept, it becomes our own limiting belief. So this would be my advice. Just stand up and whatever you decide to do, be firm in your vision and go and do it.
I think that's excellent advice. Be careful who you talk to about your vision and your dreams, because the right person would be encouraging and helping you in achieving those dreams and seeing the possibilities. But the wrong person, like you say, will put their own the wrong person will put their own limiting belief on you, and that could dampen your own vision or your own passion for what you're wanting to do. So I think that's really, really good advice. Thank you very much. Let's change direction and talk about what's next for Hanan Empire. Are there any upcoming projects or goals you especially excited about?
Thank you so much for this question. I can't wait to share with all of you about the exciting projects that we have in Hanan Empire. So in June 26th till July 1st, we will have an exclusive 6-day women-only retreat in Sultanate of Oman in the amazing Jabal Akhdar. It's a mountain area. It's amazing. I have been to the place twice right now. And why I have decided to choose this place? Because for me, I almost traveled around the world. But when I came to that location, I felt like a natural breath, and I was very happy. So I felt like I want to also bring this experience to people, but why not like enjoy hiking activities, food, and while having a dose of mindset coaching as well. During Ramadan, I have traveled to Oman again in Jabal Akhdar, just to visit every hotel and to check, because again, within Hanan Empire, we want only to represent or to, let's say, deliver experience for my clients. So we visited all the locations and we looked at all the venues, and alhamdulillah, we have selected amazing venue where they can enjoy mountain views and enjoy the coaching as well. So this is one of the project. Another project is the celebration of the second anniversary of Hanan Empire. This year we are going to do it a convention style, which will be like 2 days, called Building Empire's Leadership Convention, where speakers are invited to, there is a speaking opportunities, there is a award program for entrepreneurs and mindset coaches and authors. There is going to be panel discussions. So it's really exciting 2 days. One day will be dedicated for leadership. The second day will be for entrepreneurs, mindset coaches, and authors. So yeah, so those two exciting new projects. Along that, we have talked briefly about the documentary. So if anyone would like to, from the audience, to participate in, let's say, in the documentary, they can email us at support@hananempire.com and they can be part of it. Also, if you are a relationship expert, you can contact us and you will be interviewed for the documentary. Also, if you know of successful for someone who built their empires and you see them as an inspiration, you can also write to us to host them in our podcast, which is called Building Empires Podcast, where we aim to inspire people to build their businesses from scratch. And I think these are our exciting projects at the moment at Hanan Empire.
Wow, you are certainly very busy working on a lot of really exciting projects. It sounds fantastic. And I wish you all the very best with these different ventures that you've got going on. My goodness, it must keep you really, really busy.
You know, when you work on something that you love, it is really exciting. And, you know, when you work also towards serving people, it is really fulfilling and you feel joy all the time.
That I can understand, absolutely. Now we've come to the segment of our show where I will ask you some rapid fire questions, our version of a game show. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm scared. Okay.
What's one habit that keeps you grounded and focused?
One habit that keeps me grounded and focused, many, to be honest, but meditation or working out. And sometimes, like, I am famous with doing my bathtub, like meditating in my bathtub. And that's why I built my own jacuzzi.
Very nice. Do you have one book or quote that's had a lasting impact on you?
Many books, to be honest. I think one book that it's very short, by the way. I have many book recommendations, but this book by Neville Goddard, it's called Feeling is the Secret, and it's really the secret. So whatever you desire, you need to embody it and you need to feel it. Like, for example, I feel I am the Empress Hanan. Okay, I have written my self-image, so I am Empress Hanan. So how do I feel when I am an empress? So I feel like royalty. I feel like I have enough, more than enough money to support myself and people around me, blah, blah, blah. So am I feeling this right now or no? This is the secret. So you need to get those vibrations from the end outcome or the desired outcome that you would like.
I love it. I noticed you had a mug in your hand earlier. Do you take tea or coffee during coaching sessions?
A coffee.
In one word, how would you describe your leadership style?
Empowering, I think.
What is one thing you do every day, no matter how busy you get?
Gratitude.
Oh, lovely. Very nice. Well, thank you for playing along. That was easy enough. Nothing too difficult. Now, I would like to ask you our signature green pill question. If you took the green pill to go back in time and change one thing about your journey, what would it be?
See, before when I was asked this question, I would usually would say I want to go and spend more time with my mom. But I think now that I have this maturity and this kind of awareness after all of those years and working on myself, I feel that I don't want to change anything because all of those events, incidents helped crystallizing Hanan that she is with you today.
Oh, lovely. All the experiences we go through do shape who we become. So without those sometimes difficult experiences, we wouldn't maybe end up where we reached to. Well, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and your experiences with us today. Your journey is an incredible testament to the power of passion, purpose, and persistence. Thank you again for sharing your story, your wisdom.
Thank you so much. It was really lovely to connect with you and the audience over those questions. I hope that one of them or of this conversation will serve to inspire someone who's listening.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Before we go, where can our listeners learn more about Hanan Empire or get in touch with you for coaching or consultations? And then we'll also put this in the show notes.
So we are approachable through different channels. We have a business WhatsApp. We have an Instagram account. It's called Hanan.Empire. Also, they can approach me through Instagram, Dr. Hanan Al-Mheiri official. There is also 2 websites. They are under construction right now, but it will be hananempire.com, hananalmheiri.com. We have a YouTube channel for Dr. Hanan Al-Mheiri official and Hanan Empire. So all those channels are available. We have business WhatsApp that we can share later on with you. So we are available in many, many channels.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And again, thank you for sharing your story, your wisdom, and your passion with us today. It's been an excellent conversation, and I've really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much, Henry.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Matrix Green Pill podcast. If this conversation inspired you, don't forget to subscribe. Please leave us a 5-star review and join us again next week for more stories of bold thinkers and change makers. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and unlock your true potential.
If you enjoy our conversations, please like and subscribe. See you next Wednesday.